Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to tell you why you are losing on this side. I'm going to tell you exactly what the reason is, and I'm going to tell you how you can improve that and how you can fix it. So watch the entire video in order to get better on these sides. So the main problem is not using utility or using it but not using it correctly. So I can give you an example here on banana. Let's say you throw a car molotov, you throw some random flash and some random nade or whatever. And then, I don't know, you smoke city and you try to get a kill or whatever. The only useful utility that you threw this round was the Molotov that didn't let them push banana. Every other thing was wasted. So this flash, it doesn't do anything because you're not going with it. Like, you're throwing the flash like this and you're staying here. So this flash gives you no benefit. Yes, it's going to blind the enemies, but whatever, they don't care, they're blind. Now they're not blind and they can keep holding it because there's nobody who got up car. Let's say they throw the molly, so if there was a molly here and you didn't extinguish it, then they know you're probably not car, and even if you are, they can clear you and if you've taken at least 50 damage from the Molotov, so they don't care about this flash in general. This flash doesn't give you a benefit and it doesn't make your enemies play any different. And the nade, if you just throw some kind of a nade like this, it might do some damage to somebody, but it's not guaranteed, and you can use it in a way better situation and to do way more damage later on in the round in some cases, or to at least clear a position later on in the round. So that was an example of using unnecessary utility. The car Molotov was good, but everything after that, including the city smoke, it didn't make sense because it didn't really help you, so you wasted your utility. But the other side is not using your utility. I played a Faceit game just yesterday and I had 2 or 3 people going top mid, and what they did is one guy is just dry peeking long, dying to the AWP, okay, 4v5. The second guy, I don't know, peeks short, whatever, tries to go out, dies to the short guy. 3v5. And remember, no utility is still used. There wasn't a smoke, flash, molly, there was nothing. Just like this, dry picking one guy, dead. Another guy dry picking, dead. And after that some guy dies on banana, and it's 2v5, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So you have to use your utility. When you want to take top mid, throw smokes. You can even find utility by yourself. I just found this before recording the video. So you're going to come here, you're going to aim on the top right of this, jump throw, and it's going to be a long smoke. I found this right before the video. Like, it's that easy to even find utility by yourself. You can go and watch a YouTube video, you can find it by yourself, you can do whatever you want, but use your utility. Throw a long smoke. After that, throw some kind of a short Molotov, throw a Molotov like this, bounce one flash like this, and just peek. And then peek the boost, you know, in case somebody's on the boost, and then the second guy after you can just peek out towards long and he can clear if somebody is pushing the smoke. And then if you go out and you die, he can easily trade because he's right behind you and he knows where the enemy was because he heard from where he's shooting. So it's not that difficult, you have to just know which utility you have to use, and it's kind of obvious on most maps. So on Inferno it's obvious, you have to smoke long, you have to molly short, and you have to flash out. And the flash doesn't even have to be a lineup, there are a lot of lineups that you can use, but this is going to be good enough because if you're here on short, you have 2 choices. You either stay here and get blind, or you go back and you have to still turn because you would get blind if you don't turn. So you have to go back and turn, and you can fall back into sight. So this way, with this flash, you just remove the short player, and if he is on the boost, he has no choice but to either stay like this, hope you peek before the flash and not get blind. Actually, okay, fair enough. And the flash doesn't have to be anything complicated, so it can just be some kind of a flash that bounces on the wall. Just make sure it doesn't go too deep, because then the boost player wouldn't get blind, but if it lands there, let's say, he's gonna be full blind, and his only choices are either to hold and get full blind, hoping he will peek before the flash, or turn around while being on the boost and then he has to flick back, and in that time you're already going to be peeking, and it should be easy for you to kill him while he is like spinning around and his crosshair is not going to be where you are. So just simple utility like that can help you take top mid easily. And then on banana, let's say you just throw some kind of a car Molotov, then you get here and you are waiting for them to molly with your smoke. If they don't mold, then don't use your smoke, and you can just peek like this. You can get up closer, and then this is a bit more of a difficult part. Like if you have a teammate that can flash for you, it's going to be great, but if you're just playing Faceit, then that's probably not going to happen. But in case you have a duo or something where you are playing in a team, like you have to flash over a banana here and just peek like that and clear out banana in that way. Or you can even use a Molotov there before that, or you can use a Molotov on the corner before that. Use some kind of utility that is going to help you clear out an area, and then you can flash in, and you don't even have to use the moles. If you don't want to use one of these two moles, you can just throw the flash and it's going to be a similar effect. But if you don't throw any of the Molotovs, I would recommend going with 2 people, just in case there is some angle that catches you off, the second guy can trade you. And then after that, again using utility, you have to just smoke things when you are executing. You can just go in without utility, that should be kind of obvious, but just to make sure, right? You have to throw a city smoke, you have to throw a coffin smoke, you have to throw some kind of flashes, the wrong button, you have to throw some kind of flashes, and that's going to make a huge difference when you are entering the site. Even these things, like even smokes and flashes, and if you know Molotovs, if you know Molotov for triple, for dark, for whatever you want, if you know Molotovs as well, that's going to help you a lot too. So in conclusion, make sure to use your utility when you want to take control towards some part of the map, like throw a smoke long, don't just throw it on the fly, even though you could just throw a long smoke like this, but it's more risky than just throwing some kind of a lineup. Throw some kind of Molotovs, throw some kind of a flash that will either push the enemies off or to make them turn around, and then you can get an easy kill on them. Use your utility so that the enemies cannot push you in the beginning of the round, like a Molotov car. And then just use some utility on the executes, like use a Molotov smoke if you're executing A, use city and coffin smokes if you're executing B. Just throw utility that will help you get into the site. Throw Molotovs that will make it so that players cannot play in certain positions, like if you throw a Molotov pit, they cannot play pit, and then you can throw some kind of flashes that can help you enter the site, and that's going to make a huge difference in your T-sites, and it's going to make you win way more T-site rounds. So if this video helped you, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to my channel to not miss out on any upcoming content. Thank you for watching.